6:31, this Board of Education meeting is called to order. Trustee Goodrich, could you please do the roll call?
Certainly, Madam Vice President. Trustee Sutton Kennedy.
Present.
Trustee Fields.
Here.
Trustee Goodrich, I'm here. Trustee Townsend.
Here.
Trustee Espy.
Here.
Vice President Lee.
Here. There are 6 present and 1 absent. Next on the list is Pledge Allegiance. If we can all stand, who's able to stand? And could Trustee Fields lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please? Next on the agenda is acceptance of the agenda. Do I have a motion?
Madam Vice President, I move that the Board of Education accept the agenda as presented.
Is there support?
Support Trustee Sutton Kennedy.
Motion was made by Trustee Epsy, supported by Trustee Sutton Kennedy. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passed 6-0. Next is a presentation. And at this moment, I will turn it over to Superintendent Alina Zachary Ross.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. At this time, we'll ask John, if you are wonderful. I was going to try to think of some wonderful adjectives because he's just done such an amazing job. Mr. Birchwell, he's done such an amazing job preparing over the summer. I know you had a presentation last month, and this month he's coming back. You asked for the presentation along with the budget presentation. So we'll have Mr. Birchwell along with Mr. Butler. Mr. Birchwell has also added some pieces to this presentation to make sure that you had an update. We're just so thankful for the work that he and his entire team, because I don't want to leave out the team, has done this over the summer to prepare our buildings and grounds for our scholars. Mr. Birchwell and Mr. Butler.
Thank you. Good evening. So. Not flicking. There we go. So we'll start with the playgrounds tonight. Like we said before, they're ordered. And they're supposed to be starting to show up on locations on September 8th. The turf is going to start showing up at Sampson. We're going to use that for like a lay down yard for all the turf for underneath the playgrounds. We're getting away from wood chips. We spend about $30,000 to $40,000 a year just on wood chips to fill in, where the turf, we won't have to worry about that anymore for all the playgrounds that are going to be the new ones installed. That'll be September 8th. The playground installation will follow like the dual immersion because they need their playground as soon as possible. Holmes Elementary, and then Esterbrook and Erickson. Erickson's last because they actually have like 3 different islands for a playground. So they can actually rip one portion out and have the playground still for the other 2 for the children can play on. The budget was 1.6. I'll let Damon talk about the budgets.
So as the budgets come in, we're processing all the funds that are paid out to all of our contractors as they come in, so we can build our drawdown requests for all of the state funds. And right now we are under budget and should stay that way.
the other budget, but that means no more coming in, you kind of got all you're gonna get for this particular one, or this is where it is so far, what you received?
As far as equipment goes, so
For the three playgrounds from PA 321 will be Holmes, Esterbrook, and Erickson. That's the playground budget for PA 321. The dual Fuentes, that was 500,000 for the whole building to open it up. And I think we spent I have to look at that number, but I think it was like 200,000 on playground equipment for that building. So
Yeah, I guess the question is, that was our budget, and this is where they are, this is the bid that we got for it, right?
correct.
And he said as they come in, I don't know if that's still right. So this is the amount that we're gonna be paying when it's all said and done.
It should be if there's, yes, if there's no unforeseen circumstances or anything. Yep. It's an artificial grass with foam underneath it to give it the cushion, because you're required to have a safety standard for like swing set slides and stuff for when the kids hit the ground, they have a cushion. So this is, we're just getting away from the wood chips because they're expensive and labor intensive. I have to have the ground screw come out there a couple times throughout the year to fluff them back up or add more. So this way here, only thing you have to do, you run like the sweeper over it a couple times a year to keep it clean. So it would. Any more questions? The landscaping is almost completed. I added some more landscaping, so if you go over but drive by Ace, they're going to be over there working tomorrow because it still just didn't look quite right. And we was working off the old scope, and then once you get it stuck in, you realize, oh, I could use a little bit more here or a little bit more there. Like over at Puentes, I added some more to change order. Same thing with Holmes. If you drive by Holmes. Okay, if you drive by Holmes Elementary, you see we kind of spruced that up a little bit more. We added more plants, more mulch. So we did a change order to add to it, but we'll let Damon talk about the budget there.
So the budget is based off of the initial plans for when we drew up the spend plan for the debt funds. And these are the bids that come back for various reasons, discounts or changes in materials, whatever we initially, it was going to cost this much. We found out the materials were a little cheaper here and there. So we're looking to be considerably under budget here, but under budget here kind of covers other places. But as far as landscaping agreements that we've signed, this is where we stand.
My bad, I should be on the mic. Does it like roll over? Do you put it in the budget? How does that do? Because that's like, you allowed it for this much, but it's like not even half.
So we'll make adjustments there. There are a couple of programs or projects that we set out that have gone a little bit over. So it kind of covers
Yeah,
other areas.
okay.
It's a kind
That
of
makes
give and take here and there.
Okay, because that's good. I mean, but able to have that much and still get some bids like almost less than half than what you were looking to spend, that's a good deal. But I just wondered how you do when you have such a big difference.
We're still going through and to cover all of the areas of the spend plan. These funds will be moved around to cover we have some overages. We have some
It'll
some
balance.
below, right.
Okay.
That is the
All right,
plan.
thank you.
I just want to clarify, is this for the whole 5-year
Whole
plan?
5-year, this is a whole 5-year
wanted the
plan. They're
board to hear that.
watering, they're weeding, they're adding more mulch every year. For even the change order. Yes.
Yeah, I would add to it if I know there was prior plan, because I don't see that, but yes. Thank you.
Yep.
No. Hi, you may not have this answer, but I'm curious what I would like to hear perhaps from some of the folks in the school buildings, how they're going to move forward with supporting the enrichment of those students while those playgrounds are in development. That's something that I'm interested in understanding and knowing how what alternative is going to be available for those students up until those playgrounds are functional.
I know that most of the playgrounds is going to be tore out, but they're going to still be like swing sets and slide. They're going to try to do it in different locations. Just some places we can't. We got to tear it all out. Like I think Exterbrook, their large play structure going to get tore out first, but they're still going to have their smaller play structures in there. Same as home. We can move that, shift the location a little bit. They can keep their older equipment going while they're installing the new stuff. So that was the plan last I talked to the we build fund, the company that we working with.
Thank you.
With the added, you said you added more landscape at Ace, Immersion, and Homes, right?
Yes, and Willer, sorry, the middle school,
In the middle school.
correct.
Was that a added cost?
Yes, it was an added cost. We call it a change order.
But did it not go over
No, it did
No.
not go over the budget.
budget?
And so we're still under budget and it's still with the 5-year plans. Every time I ask them if they can do something, I ask them for the 5-year plan to go with it because I just want them to be able to take care of it all, work with our staff to train them. We're going to, once everything get installed, our ground crew going to start working with the experts on how to take care of the landscaping.
And you don't have that amount of how much it was?
It's
over?
about $30,000.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All right. So we're working with the Triumph Modular for the 4 classroom portable. And we're going to come to you on September 8th. Right now, the dollar figure is 1.3 for it. The reason why it's higher than the budget is because of the cost of installation have gone up since we first started looking at the plan of it. And we're at first you wanted 4 portables, and we got it narrowed down to 1 with 4 classrooms in it. So with all the building with the cost of the building and even the tariffs made the building gone up like $80,000 in September. But that is the total price. That's including electrical getting hooked up, sewers getting hooked up, heating, fire alarms, everything. That would be the total price for the bill. So it's a little bit more than the actual budget. I'll let Damon.
And this is one of those areas where the savings we had in landscaping will, in other areas, it's not just landscaping, will go into our bids that are a little bit higher now because time is just, yesterday's price isn't today's price. But continuing to budget and make, with the money saved in one area, we have funds for another.
So to be clear, we had the budget proposed was with the idea of getting 4 portables.
Yeah.
But because of current pricing, it's shifted to being 1 portable that's costing the same as what we had predicted 4 would. Actually, a little bit more than what we predicted 4 would.
When they proposed 1 portable with 2 classrooms. So we're going to install 1 portable with 4 classrooms. So it's just a cost effective just to have a larger building, larger footprint. But yeah, we're doing away with 8 classrooms.
Okay.
You hear about
We also taking in mind that we initially started with portables, with trailers, and this is a modular building. There's a difference in the structure as well.
It's a portable. It looks like it's the portables of 20, 30 years ago are not the same portables that we have today. They look like regular buildings. From the facade on the brick to hardy board, they're going to use all the same fixtures that we use in our current buildings. So there won't be all the little cheaper equipment like your flush valve, your door hardware, even the lights. Everything's going to be comparable. The heating and cooling system is going to be what we use right now. We were able to pick and use all the same fixtures and everything for it, doors. And
So we're not buying double wide trailers.
no.
They're not doing what?
We're not buying double wide trailers.
No.
This is
Oh, right.
this is not the old school
Right.
you know,
It's a
the
modular.
trip
I've-
out behind the building type of thing.
A district has it just like that. They have 4 classrooms in one modular, he's saying. So I've seen that before, so I know it works.
Yep.
I had a question. Is this the modular that you mentioned would be connected to the building through like an easeway? Are we still doing the easeway?
Yes,
Or are
we
we
s-
unable to do that?
we're still doing the eastway. We have to keep it 30 feet off the building. We're gonna have like a cover breezeway to go from one building to the other. If we hook it to the building, we have to bring that building completely up to modern day standards. And it'll be it'll be very costly. Any other questions on this? So for the boilers this summer, we replaced the boiler at Esterbrook. That was part of the sinking fund projects. ACE, Y2CS and Chapel all received new boilers. They was failing on us, so we had to move forward that on them boilers. That was part of the PA 321. And the high school, I'll be coming to you on the September 8th for a change order to be able to install the new boiler at the high school. That price there is the price to remove that big orange boiler. And we're getting 2 smaller ones like the picture on the lower right. And we should see a considerable reduction in gas once we get the newer boiler in for the high school.
Saves a lot of space too, don't it?
Yes.
I was like, oh my God, that was big.
Yeah.
Now, the
Yeah, we
picture
saw
on
that last year.
the picture on the bottom, the gray one, that's going into the high school?
Yes, we already have one like that right now in the high school.
Okay,
And usually that we call that the summer boiler. You always want to help dry out the building when you have a lot of air condition. And that was able to run even when it was down to 10 degrees, which we never thought that would be able to keep up. And it kept the building going at 10 degrees. So if you have 2 more and we start modulate them for they can be on low fire, it would save us energy. We already done this concept in 4 of our other buildings. It's been proven to save money, and we usually have a pretty big return on investments from that.
so you said you're getting 2 more like this?
Yes,
Okay.
and they'll work together when they're working. So,
Okay, now I'm just, like, all right, I was just making sure, 'cause
yes,
it's awfully small for that big old school.
it is, but
Yeah.
it works. It's been proven. So,
All right,
yep. Any other questions? Pass out, Danny. That hit 2 times or 1?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, all the signs are completed. If you drive around the district, the signs are installed. We're just waiting for the toppers to get labeled and the bottom of the sign to be labeled. And the electrical work is completed for it. We're waiting for Solomon to do his part of the project. And hopefully by Thursday, that will be done. And for her new electronic signs for the district. I mean, that's going to be really nice for like if you have snow days or anything like that, or some big event in your building, you can always advertise it out front of your building for the parents can see it when they're dropping off. So billboard.
I want to clarify, like today, you saw the sign lit, that is not the topper. That is the wording, like that would have been the message part where you could say, don't forget
Yeah.
that tonight is the ribbon cutting.
Mhm.
It's just, we didn't have the topper. So the white part is the topper where the school's name would normally be.
Yes.
And then it will be like the address will be on the bottom. And then where you saw the name, where it said Ypsilanti Puentes, that will be the message part, the digital part. So just to clarify right now where those white parts,
Yeah.
we're just waiting on the toppers.
And we just would want those things not to be 500 and 600, even though we know they're really 600,000 or 500,000, right?
Yes.
Where those periods at? Up there,
Yes.
they should be commas,
It's 600,000. We budgeted. Time you add
but
electrical.
should they be commas and not periods? I'm asking.
Oh, yeah, it should be a
Okay, I
comma.
was looking at like,
Yeah.
what the heck? But I just saying, just
Yeah.
cameras in those two areas?
Yeah, it should
Oh.
be.
She's like, I
Yeah.
was just asking.
No, you're right.
Just
So-
asking, I'm sorry.
The reason why it's a little bit more is because we had to do electrical and everything gone up in price since we first started the project.
But they're gonna be good though. They look
They
good.
will
You're
be
already
good.
starting off on the right track, so.
So the billboard, I'm finding it extremely difficult to give a billboard company want to take on adding just one billboard. I found a lot about billboards, it's like a 3-year process because we want to advertise on 94. We got to get federal approval and everything. But soon you talk to billboard companies and they find out you want one, they don't want to talk to us. They want to do like 10 of them in a row because it's just such a long process to get permits and everything. But I'm still making phone calls and chasing down leads for billboards. So, you have any other questions for this slide? All right, the painting is completed and for all the commons, classrooms and hallways. I'm working on a punch list right now with all the contractors. We're holding our last check until all the punch lists are done. Just and they're we like I said before, we used 2 of the local contractors that actually went to school here, everybody that worked for them. So they was actually really good to work with. If you notice, we budgeted $1 million and we came under that because of the we asked them to give us a price of second shift because of Grizzly Camp and everything going on. And then we was able to fit it in to have them start working day shifts so the school gets out. And like I said, the contractors choose to work second shift, so they didn't charge us second shift premiums. They just gave us they charged us on day shift premium. So we was actually able to get it to come back under budget. Because if you remember back in the when I first came and asked you for it, we was at like 1.2 million. And we was able to work with our contractor to get that brought back under budget. Not much, but it's there. So.
Mr. Birchwell, one of the trustees asked me earlier today about this building, and I was not able to answer the question if it was in the PA 321.
It was not. It was only for like the buildings that affected the students. So that was my understanding when I took over. So, all right. Any other questions? Well, the summer chiller for the sinking fund project at the high school, they told me today they're about 98% finished. They're finishing up the controllers today on it. We had Train provided a rental chiller because they didn't meet their deadline back in May. They were supposed to have it done May 15th. They had some hiccups. So they gave us a rental chiller for it. They took it offline last Friday and they're just finishing up all the final checks and everything before they turn it completely on, but they guarantee me they'll have it Monday ready to go. The roof Shadford is complete. I'm sorry I didn't update some of my slides, I thought. But HY2CS is done. Ford, they're waiting for the metal flashing to get delivered for they can put that on, but all the new roof's been installed besides the metal flashing. So, and Devlin Field, the track is complete. You can see the new pictures down there. The scoreboard makeover should happen. The rest, it's been painted. They're supposed to be coming, putting vinyl lettering on one day this week. I'm waiting for the phone call from the vinyl sign company to take care of that problem for us. It's not a problem. It's a good thing. I mean, it's gonna look really nice.
So we can go walk on the track now?
We should, I'm just waiting for the scoreboard to get done and then I'm
And
gonna,
then we can walk on the
then you
track?
can walk on the track. So I just want to get everything done.
Okay.
If you drive by, all the red been taken away and it's been painted black. It looks, the field house look really sharp. The bleacher's been power washed, so it's not mossy. The light's been all fixed.
So they can
around
have
the whole
football
stadium.
games this year there?
They should be able to have football games. We had a
Yay.
sprinkler system in. We probably got one of the nicest stadiums for middle school
Wow.
and turf. I mean, not for the the grass where they can play, natural turf where they can play.
Yes.
So we're you should be really proud of that stadium over there for the middle school. So again, we talked about the modulars with the 4 classrooms. portables. Filter First is completed. They all got their new drinking fountains with the bottle fillers with the lead filters on it. Now the process going around now to start taking bubblers out. We're hoping, when I go to MSBO, we'll find out if the state will give us another round of grants. They're hoping they will to help for removal of old bottle fillers or drinking fountains. If not, the school is going to have to incur that price for removing of the old drinking fountains and the bottle filler, bubblers that's in the classrooms. So, for the drinking fountain. So, if you tour Puente this tonight, you'll see the little kindergarten bathrooms on the 600 wing with the little tiny toilets. They're all completed. The security vestibule at the high school completed. So now when you walk into the high school main entrance, there's another set of doors. There's a camera there. They can talk to you through that. So you ain't just walking into the building and be able to go
Wow.
wherever you want. You can at least get out of the weather while they check and make sure you're supposed to be there and let you in the building. So
Okay.
it makes it a really nice thing to have over there, keep the students safe. Above ground storage tanks at Sampson, when tomorrow you'll probably see a big white tank sitting over there for the storage tank. We're still waiting for the permit to be completed at the state level. We're hoping to get that any day now for Mercer can go ahead and start installing the stuff and doing the repairs, taking out the old 30-year-old tanks, which the insurance told us we needed to do it. That's why we're replacing up with above ground tanks. So, any questions on any of them items? All right. All right, we got all the buildings clean, waxed, all the floors, top scrubs. I really gotta give it to my custodial staff. I had 12 custodians working all summer, even with the 6 building getting used for GLC. They was able to do about 1 million square feet of top scrubbing and waxing. We introduced some new products in there to save time, that's more durable for the waxing and stripping into the floor and top scrubbing. So, but you gotta just hats off to my custodian staff that was on the floor crew. They really worked hard this summer to make it happen. The only school that didn't get done, they're doing it tomorrow, will be ACE. Y2, they're going to be at the cafeteria done tomorrow and the hallways. But all the carpet in that building is kind of unique. I got carpet classrooms. They all been shampooed this past summer too. So the book depository is finished. So I'm taking all the excess curriculum and everything that we have in the district. I've been putting it over there on shelf. So somebody needs something from our Erickson, they can go over there and grab it off the Erickson shelf or something. So that's the, and they should house that the old Willow Run High School right next to the facility department. So, and then, again, kindergarten bathrooms are completed. The ribbon cutting ceremony went off great tonight. That was this evening. So, any question with this slide?
When you did the sink, lowered the sink in the bathroom, did we get that fixed?
Yep, yes, it's fixed. We
Okay.
put backsplashes up. Stainless steel backsplashes.
Okay.
So it just helps you out. So yeah, that's all fixed. I had a company come in this weekend and clean the cafeteria. They scrubbed all the ceiling, the beams and everything down over the weekend. And we got the cold base on and, but yeah, it's all been taken care of. Everything you guys pointed out, it was taken care of. So. Any other questions? Yeah.
With the amount of work that has been done. I'm pretty sure our teachers and scholars and parents will appreciate walking into the buildings and them being of a standard of excellence that we talk about. But this is, yeah, you all did a phenomenal job in a short amount of time. So our suit, I don't know who wants to be Batman, who wants to be Robin,
That's
but but I appreciate everything that you all have done, anything we've asked or needed clarification on, you all have always been quick about getting a response, and I really appreciate everything you have done for the district. Thank you.
Yes, I was gonna say that. Thank you very much. That you are truly appreciated. I thank you. The board, thank you. You are
Yeah.
appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll just ditto that as well, because this was a really big list of things to get done over the summer to just make our buildings feel more welcoming, look nice, and just have a great place for our students to learn. And I appreciate everything that I've seen and heard and to accomplish so much over this short summer, because it did go by quickly. And I can see all the hard work that's been done. And those signs at Puentes, I don't know who designed that, but thank you. They look amazing. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, and for me, I appreciate, I asked all my questions as I went along though, but, and just looking at how you guys are able to navigate some of that, you know, you're looking at you know what I mean? Some of that you're able to outbid, you're getting the best cost, but we're also getting the quality work. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what's important though, right? We don't want just to get the cheaper bid and shabby work with that, right? So it sounds like you put a lot of time into making sure we got the best that we can get within our budget. You know what I'm saying? And being able to do that. So I like the new playground. I can't wait to go see it. I know one of them we were looking, did the swing come? Is it slide? The slide. There's a slide. It came? That's what we were talking about that the other day. Yeah, and the swing. Wasn't there supposed to be a swing at one of these playgrounds?
You're gonna be moving one from another building over to Puentes.
Eventually, right now, we're still looking into if it would meet the code requirement for the safe fall levels and everything. I've made a couple phone calls to see if they can fit it in.
Yeah.
They haven't got back with me on
But
it.
I just can't wait. I've been in Ipsy for a long, long time. My kids went to Ipsy, you know what I'm saying? So I know what it used to look like.
Yeah.
So to be able to have this change and this beautify it and make it really nice up to, you know, what we are, excellent, right? We want to still look good to the community. We want them to know that we care and we listen. You know, we want our kids to have the best of everything they can have the best of, right?
Sure.
So when they see the playgrounds and look how nice they are, and they're up to date. I mean, those are nice playgrounds, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate your work in that, and our kids are gonna be so happy when they're out there playing on the new playgrounds and the new look, and so thank you for all your work, both of you.
Cause we some picky women. 7 of us, and you dealt with 7 picky women. Ooh, thank you. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. Next, we have public comments. None. Seeing none, next week on the agenda is the consent agenda. Is there a motion?
Madam President, Madam Vice President, move that the Board of Education approve number 1, August 4th, 2025, regular board meeting minutes. Number 2, personnel matters as per the presented list dated 8/18/2025, new hires and resignations. I have a question. Do we have a list that says, I didn't see one in here, but is there a list? It is one? Where is it? I just didn't see it. I mean, I'm not saying you don't have it. I didn't see it, but okay.
I thought I saw it.
Okay.
Didn't she?
I fixed it.
She
Thank you.
removed.
All right, so we just have
Oh.
number 1 item on here, and it's August the 4th, 2025, regular board meeting minutes.
Okay,
All right.
all right. So we need to reread that again, please.
Madam Vice President, I move that the Board of Education approve August 4th, 2025, regular board meeting minutes.
Thank you. Is there support?
I support.
Motion was made by trustee Fields, supported by trustee Espy. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Hearing none, motion passed 6-0. Next, we have action items, students affairs.
Madam Vice President,
Thank you.
Trustee Fields, move that the Board of Education approve the NWEA purchase for a pay upfront 3-year contract totaling in the amount of $117 and $112.50.
Is there support?
Support trustee Sun Kennedy.
Um, All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Hearing none, motion passed 6-0. Next, we have motion for. Yeah, let's see. Thank you. B, SIS for teacher, PD, and curriculum for special education purchase. Dr. Carlos Lopez, Assistant Superintendent. Is there a motion, please?
Madam Vice President, I move that the Board of Education approve the SIS 4 teacher PD and curriculum for special education purchase in the amount of $101,200.
Is there support?
Support trustee Sun Kennedy.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Hearing none, motion passed 6-0. Next, we have action items, business and finance, acceptance of a quote for Corwin. Is there a motion, please?
Madam Vice President, trustee Sun Kennedy. I move that the board accept the quote for Corwin for $108,215.
Is there support?
Trustee Fields, I support.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Hearing none, motion passed 6-0. Next, we have acceptance of a quote, YCS Art and Social Studies Collaborative Project Proposal.
Madam Vice President, I move that the Board of Education accept the quote from YCS Art and Social Studies Collaborative Project for $92,500.
Is there support?
Trustee Fields, I support.
Do we need any?
I would like to know a
Can we
little
get
bit more about this.
Okay.
Is there anyone in the space who would like to speak about?
Definitely, I can speak on it, or Dr. Lopez. This is a part of our 99D Social Studies grant. This person, Nick Azaro, will be working with our social studies teachers and our art teachers at the elementary. He'll work with our social studies, our art teachers, so that he will not be pulling our scholars out of their regular classes. So he'll be talking with them, getting the student voice. He's already talked to Dr. Lopez about the social studies curriculum to get their voice in creating projects about their identity and about each one of throughout the project to find out what they want to create. So they'll create projects that they will then demonstrate part of that grade level. They'll create art projects and they're going to actually use their own. I want to make sure that talk about the materials. They're going to use materials that they'll create. So we don't know yet which materials and which types of forms, mediums, that's the word I'm looking for, mediums they're going to utilize. So that's the important part, is to have their voices there. As we've been talking about experiential learning, it's going to be hands-on, doing some of the things that our social studies teachers have been talking about throughout the units. As we get to secondary, though, he's going to work with the social studies teachers to be able to demonstrate how with them through their own work. So he can work with them kind of on their own, not through the social studies class. They're independent enough to work with them individually on special independent projects to work to almost have like a district-wide competition almost on their display. So he anticipates them having a kind of a showcase of their projects so that they can have their projects shown at the buildings or even in the administration building to show like Ypsilanti history and not through from the previous till now. So those works are anticipated to be left either here throughout the buildings, and they will know that those independent works aren't necessarily going to stay with them. So it could be through photo. So some of those things that are in this amount are like cameras, are the development of them, so that it could be left in terms of from history till now, so that it will have that student voice that we want to make sure that our scholars see themselves, they know that history, they're able to go from history till now.
Great.
And so he's only on loan for this year to do this project. He would not be like a YCS employee or anything, but it's to kind of, we know the quality, we know that he has the teaching degree, he can work with our teachers and collaborate.
Trustee Sutton Kennedy, so to confirm, essentially, our students will be working with this artist to create art that illustrates the history of Ypsilanti. And then, so that art that comes out of this will be represented through our scholars. And then we'll have that sort of like history, art that shows the history of Ypsilanti, but it's not coming from outside, it will be created here.
Yes, yep. And is an artist who's also an educator. So that's the positive part, is that we do actually get authentic education happening, that's the unique part, is that we know that what the teachers worked in with the social studies curriculum will be done throughout this work. It won't be a set aside where we sometimes don't have that connection to our social studies curriculum.
Any other questions?
And everything will happen here on site. Like that's the other part that's important, that it's here in our classrooms and under our supervision with our.
Can you share the name of the artist? I don't know that. It's on.
Nick Azzaro, he was one of our teachers.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, he would do this here or at his business?
Here, he works for U of M, but he'll be doing this. He won't work for U of M while he's doing this. It'll only be during this time while he's doing this project.
Okay. Okay. Again, motion was made by trustee Espy. Okay, and supported by trustee Fields.
Mhm.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Hearing none, motion passed 6-0. Next, we have a acceptance of a quote, Black History 101 Mobile Museum.
C.
We missed one.
Sorry,
Oh, I skipped
Madam
one?
Vice President. Yeah, subject C.
Oh, I'm sorry, I did skip one. Okay. acceptance of a quote Redemption Incorporated Social Studies Professional Development and Learning. Is there a motion?
Madam Vice President, I move that the Board of Education accept the quote for Redemption Incorporated Social Studies Professional Development and Learning for $40,000.
Is there support?
Support trustee Townsend.
Any communication?
I would like more information about this if possible, or clarity about it.
Certainly, this one is additional professional development for our support staff. Part of it is work with communication about identity with our transportation, for all of our support staff throughout how to work in collaboration with identity, with trying to think of the word, with identity, with with service, public service, with how do you bring in the belonging pieces of our of the work. Also, how do we work with our community and making sure that they know that extended outreach when we talked about what are we doing with, why are we going out into our community? So all of those community meetings, community pieces. We've been working with our what else? Community liaisons, but we are short. We have we're down one. I'm looking at Carlos's fingers. He put up one finger and then he put up two. We're missing one. And so we need some more professional learning with that. And that will give us the additional training, as well as I know today, well, not today, Dr. Cascarella did some training, but we need some additional training with our support staff on how do we work with our communities, it's really about our non-professional staff on how do we build that culture.
I'm excited about this.
Mhm.
I'm very excited about it, and I like the topics that you all have on here. And I think it's very necessary when we talk about culture of an organization such as ours. But this is so good.
Are there any other comments from the board? No. Again, motion was made by trustee Goodrich, supported by trustee Townsend. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Hearing none, motion passed 6-0. Next, we have acceptance of a quote, Black History 101, Mobile Museum to visit Ypsilanti Community School. Do I have a motion?
Madam Vice President, I move that the Board of Education accept the quote for the Black History 101 Mobile Museum to visit Ypsilanti Community Schools for $79,050 $79,050.
Thank you, trustee. Is there support?
Support trustee Sutton Kennedy.
Motion was made by trustee Espy, supported by trustee Sutton Kennedy. Is there a discussion? Do we need?
Yes, I think it would, Madam Vice President, it would be good to have the public, get a little bit more information in regards to the Black History 101 Mobile Museum.
Thank you. Dr. Zachary Ross, could you please give us a little context on this, please?
Thank you. Yes, so this is a museum. So if you've heard that they came during the summer, they came as a camp. This one is they come to the buildings like how the field trips, the field trips, they come to they all have an opportunity to come to each building, almost like a field trip. They are a museum. They bring artifacts. They demonstrate. They have information for the scholars. They do presentations for them. So they'll do And yes, and I guess that's what you call an immersive experience, when they come, the students are, I'm trying to think, my words are bad. So the students, they do an assembly. That's the word I'm using. And like an assembly for the scholars, but they get to touch and see artifacts. And instead of taking the scholars to the museum, they bring the museum to the scholars. So these people are educators and that type of thing. But then they also do professional development, because it's great when you have those one-time assemblies, but if you don't do they offer 2-hour professional development as well, so that the learning can continue to happen. Because if our educators don't do anything afterwards or before, then it's great when they come, but there's no more, there's nothing else. And so that's the other thing that they do, is they offer, not at the same time, but they come at another time with the building administrator, and they work it out. So we also added in there where the building administrators can independently say, okay, here's when I want to have that for my building. So each building has the opportunity to say, here's when I want my professional development, here's when I want them to come to my building. So it's kind of that choice thing. We just have it set up so buildings can make that choice. But this is an opportunity where they are going to come, they'll visit, they'll bring that museum, you'll see it set up in front of, they'll bring their things, and they'll have the professional development along with it. And then you'll see the book pieces, so they can, okay, here's how they want to give those out. Here's that opportunity to, they will not go to our high school. It goes up to like the end of middle school, and they won't go to the early learning centers. It's called the Black History 101 Mobile Museum. So if you,
So for clarification, so you said, I know it doesn't say they'll go to the ELAs, but this says they can go to high schools, but we're not having them go to the high school on this.
yeah, we're not, it's just, it's really hard to like navigate the schedule for the high school
Okay,
for those type of assemblies. So that was the only reason.
so this is gonna go K through 8.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I really appreciate the relationship to the inquiry arcs in our Michigan educational like social studies standards in this program. I'm also excited to see that there is some specific history and language within the living proof film that highlights the action and within Michigan for our students. And that it appears that the founder of this movement is in fact someone who has spent time within our area in Michigan, has taught in Detroit. And so it's very exciting to see someone who is relatively part of our regional community, coming back and providing this type of education here.
Yeah, that's another, they're educators, not like a program or a company. Yeah. And they work in other school districts too, they're a known educational program.
Absolutely.
Anything else from the board? Again, motion was made by trustee Espy, supported by trustee Sutton Kennedy. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Hearing none, motion passed 6-0. Next, we have acceptance of a quote, We Empower LLC. Is there a motion, please?
Trustee Sutton Kennedy, move that the Board of Education accept the quote for We Empower LLC for $78,000.
Is there support?
I support.
Do we need a discussion?
Yes.
We do? Okay.
I'm assuming this goes with the 99D grant too? Okay.
Yeah, everything for this month and next month will. Is this one, Mr. Burton, Doctor? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so we had a long, this one is today. Oh, this one's super exciting. This one is the student voice. Is this the student voice one? I know there's another one coming. Okay. Oh, this is so exciting. So our scholars will, this one is high school. Both high schools will participate. And so the students will, as you see the weeks that they'll participate in, and is this also the leader one? And so the scholars will, each week, they'll get a booklet, and they are going to go through leadership development, as you can see which one, about identity, unity, and community, each one of those modules. And as number one, they'll all gather together. So it's about 30 from both of our high schools. Then as they're going through, they will choose a problem of practice. So in different states, they have chosen to do things on Saturdays, like a community event, or it might be something about unhoused folks. It might be a community garden, whatever that might be. So they meet once a month. And so they will decide what that project is, and they'll be working on whatever that project. They might partner with the organ. They can partner with Park Ridge. They can partner whatever it is. And so the person that they're working with will help them to partner with that organization. And so they'll be learning about themselves. They'll be growing as leaders. They'll be garnering voice. They'll be putting out releases. And then at the end, they'll do this big project and get their other scholars to do it with them. And so it's about really having this leadership and voice development and learning about advocacy. So it's super, it's a whole, a whole program that they go through. And you see kind of each one. And that's why they call it the We Empower, because they know that our scholars have power. They just don't necessarily know the process. So they go through each time, each unit they grow, and they have a booklet, and they write and they journal and they talk about it, and then they work together. And it's primarily for 10th and 11th graders.
Any comments from the board?
Is the CEO, is he from this area?
He's not from the area.
He's not from this area?
No.
Okay.
No, this one is actually, this person was selected is opening day speaker and was selected by our building administrator.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Again, motion was made by Trustee Sutton Kennedy, supported by Trustee Espy. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Hearing none, motion passed 6-0. Next, we have the acceptance of the YCS LEA contract. Could I have a motion, please?
Madam Vice President, I move that the Board of Education adopt the revised YCS LEA contract for the 2025-26, 2026-27, and 2027-28 school years for a total of $664,802.78 for additional technology support services.
Is there support?
Support Trustee Townsend.
Do we need any contents on this?
I mean, I know what the contents is, but it might be good for the public to know.
Dr. Zachary Ross, please.
Yes, board, as I was meeting with the director, Matthew Cook, from the WISD, As you know, they provide our technology services. We have again been so fortunate to have wonderful service by them. And you know, the board adopted the next 3-year contract a few meetings ago. And upon a conversation, that contract was really much based, we looked at it and it was based off of what the previous years had been and some additional growth. But then we looked at the footage of what the next 3 years would be, especially as we were opening up Puentes and the need that we had. We were expanding, for example, we're doing a pilot at Estabrook. We're really excited about that, but it's with audio enhancement and it's including, which is wonderful for our scholars there in our newcomer centers. And that is for the entire classroom. It is a multilingual piece where all the students and the teacher will be able to speak in English and all the students will be able to hear in whatever language they speak in. So that's a new technology pilot. I'm just giving a few examples. We opened up all of our maker spaces, which is all technology. And so when we started talking about all the additional technology that our magnet grants will be adding on and Puentes and other things, we knew we would need additional technology services. And with that comes personnel. And we know personnel is additional costs. And so as we talked about it, we will need additional support, which is about a site coordinator and also the Power School administrator, because the students that will be adding into Puentes, it's a lot of Power School pieces that will be added. And so we thought we needed instead of half-time, we needed full-time because a lot of what we need with parent concerns are Power School, that back end piece. And so we will need a site expand to a full-time site administrator because right now we have a part-time, that's split. So we need our own site administrator as well as we need a full-time Power School so that when we're having these, know where our students are, we need attendance, all of those things. We need our own at YCS.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So this is over 3 years, which means that this total cost is for the 3 years. So basically looking at this as like an additional, a little bit more than 200,000 each year.
Yes.
Any other questions for it? Thank you, Dr. Zachary Rose. Again, motion was made by trustee Goodrich, supported by trustee Townsend. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Hearing none, motion passed 6-0. Next, there's public comments. Thank you, Julie. Seeing none, next is board and superintendent comments. Board? Any comments?
We have our next legislative breakfast on September 15th. Just throwing in that reminder today because I think we'll meet just the week before it. And so I want to make sure that folks are aware and have that on your calendar if you're interested in coming, September 15th. It's usually a Monday. Yes, we'll be back. I think we just get back the Sunday before. Yeah. 7:30 a.m. for that legislative breakfast. And then it was really great to see everyone at the ribbon cutting today. Very exciting to see our new administrators and just to open the building and see all the positive energy and, community already gathering around. Yeah, so thank y'all for y'all support. Thank you for being there. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. I just want to say, yes, thank you. We It was nice seeing everyone at the ribbon cutting. And we had our fun time last week at the retreat. And it was fun. Appreciate it. Thank you for everything. It was a good learning experience. Getting us ready for the upcoming year. I was also wanted to give kudos to Trustee Sutton Kennedy for her bilingualness. She really represented us well. That just like I had this look on my face like, what? That was a hidden talent. And she was so good. And that just really gave me a good feeling as a board, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Because she threw out that gem that we didn't know she had and stuff. So she's going to be very useful over there at Fuentes, I'm sure, having that knowledge. So I just want to say thank you. And you did well.
Thank you.
I would just like to thank the superintendent and the central staff regarding the board retreat. It was very good. We learned a lot of information. We picked up on our drawing skills and but it was good at working on a strategic plan, understanding, having all of those different presentations from our support services, and the one teacher from Peary did an excellent job.
Megan Carr.
Megan Carr. I just wanted to publicly thank her and their entire team for all of their work doing the history for Peary. We have like phenomenal educators, and so I just wanted to just publicly thank her for that. The Fuentes ribbon cutting was excellent. The babies, they are ready. Again, thanking transportation and the finance team for doing their job, all of the marketing communications team for getting the word out. And I'm just excited for the new year. Opening day is tomorrow. So, it's good. I'm excited for 25-26 school year. So thank you.
I would also just like to voice my appreciation for Dr. Zachary Ross and the central office administrators for the amazing opportunity you all provided for us in the board retreat. It was very insightful, and really delving into that strategic plan had a lot of value to it. And yeah, I'm really excited for what's coming up. I think that Fuentes had a really great ribbon cutting. We had an opportunity to tour. There are plenty of beautiful spaces in it, and gives students really a great opportunity to be connecting with their fellow classmates as well as educators. I love the way that we have developed the teaching staff there, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that community continue to grow. So thank you for that, and just appreciation for my fellow board members as we go through these this time period, as well as our staff and teachers as we enter into a new school year. I am very excited to see to welcome in this new year. We have so many amazing programs coming through. We have a lot of new opportunities, whether it's through CTE, whether it's through our Fuentes Multilingual School and our magnet programs. We have a lot of really great things happening, and I'm so excited to see our students have the opportunity to take advantage of them this year.
Anyone else? No. I just want to say, I am so thankful to serve on this board, to serve in this district, and to serve with everyone. I'm just thankful for this community, and you guys are teaching me so much. I am still learning. Even though how old I am, I'm still learning. And I thank you. Thank you. That's all I have to say is just thank you. Dr. Zachary Ross.
I'm entering this in a space of gratitude too. I think that this board is tremendous And I thank you for, again, just the trust that you have placed in us as a administrative team, and the fact that, like, I think about the board retreat, the growing that we just continue to do, and the opportunities that you give these scholars. Today was amazing. As I think about that ribbon cutting, like the new opportunity that this 2025-26 school year has for everyone as we embark on the new strategic plan. It's just like newness is coming to life, and it's because you instill trust and faith and belief. And then that gives everyone else the opportunity to flourish and to believe in themselves. So I also am thankful. I'm thankful to the facilities, staff, and just you all are tremendous. So John, under your leadership, I'm just again grateful to you. I know that your whole bunch, they are exhausted, but I know they have to be proud of everything. And board members, remember that they are looking forward to taking you on a tour of the other spaces. I know they look very familiar to some of the things that you saw, but they're each building, they've done special touches. We're just thrilled about tomorrow for our educators for opening day at the middle school. You could already feel the excitement with last week, the new educator boot camp by Talent Management. Thank you to anybody who helped with the talent management, the unions that supported us, the other educators that participated. Thank you for that. The new educators were, they came. The one thing that was unique this year is that we had so many educators from out of state joining us, out of the country joining us. And they were like, we're so excited. And they were just, and they come with because I mentioned that because a lot of times we have people just straight out of college. But they were like, I've been teaching for years, or I worked at IPSI before and I moved and I wanted to come back. Do you remember? I'm like, yes, I remember you. They were, and that was really reassuring to know, like, I moved out of state and I wanted to come back to IPSI. And so I was so thrilled about the new teacher boot camp. And so that was exciting. So we have that happening this week. Then the YCS conference, we have 26 sessions, 4 sessions each on Wednesday. So board members, tomorrow you have John Birchwell has gotten parking spaces for you. Tomorrow is at YCMS on Spencer Lane. So we look forward to you joining us tomorrow. You are welcome. You don't have to be there on Wednesday, but you are welcome to join us on Wednesday, where we will be there on Wednesday for the YCS conference. There, we'll be there all day. Tomorrow, we're only going to be there in the morning because educators have set up in the afternoon, but Wednesday we'll be there all day. And then we have the welcomes. So you're also welcome to come in the afternoon to the middle school and IPSI Connected in the evening from, is it 4 to 6? In the evening for the welcomes for our families. I know we're going to get right out of there on time so that they can welcome the families in. Then on Thursday, we have the welcomes of the elementaries and the early learning centers in the evening on Thursdays, if you want to stop on in. And then on Friday, I just had to welcome you to the AI conference at Pointis. So we'll be there all day for the Artificial Intelligence Conference, where we will be having breakout sessions if you want to learn about artificial intelligence, or you can meet us at the transportation department to learn about the new app community can come out. There will be bounce houses and food and learn about their routes, meet the drivers. So there are things to do all week at YCS, and then get your rest on the weekend because we will be ready for our scholars on the first day of school, as we want to welcome them back with bright smiles, lots of energy on Monday, August 25th. That the officers will be working with the principal, and then they're gonna send it out. Yep, they're meeting this week. Yep. And then they're sending it out, but the scholars got the voice, so she's meeting with them, and then they're gonna send it out, because the officers at the high school work with Dr. Harris Hugan, and then they work it all out. Well, it's not just at the high school, it's both of them, but yes.
Thank you, Dr. Zachary Ross. And what we've been waiting for, it is 7:48. And this meeting is adjourned.